Hello friends, it's Jen Ferguson here with Artistic Painting Studio, and guess what guys, it is that time of year. It is time for another fun foiled pumpkin project, so come join me. Okay guys, we have got just a simple little pumpkin that I found at, I believe, Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to change its color, okay? So I don't want it to be this orange base. I want to use our black Bondago as my base. If you're not familiar with this product, it is a paint and primer all in one. Whenever you open it, if it's sat for any length of time, you're going to want to stir it really good. So I've already stirred it, which does take a minute or two. And then I was going to go ahead and get some of it off of the stir stick, which should be plenty for us on this project, okay? But I don't like to shake it. Just take that lid off and stir really good. And you're going to notice it's going to go from seeming liquidy on top to where it will get nice and thick, okay? So I just grabbed one of my artist brushes, and we are going to paint this whole pumpkin with the Bondago. Now Bondago is a paint and primer all in one. It will adhere to almost any surface, and it is considered a bonding primer. The great thing is it covers black in one coat as well. So you can use it on many different types of substrate. These pumpkins are some kind of plastic material. I have no idea what they are, okay? But it will bond and adhere to that. So that will make your project really easy. The thing about working on anything that seems like it's a plastic material, we just got to make sure that we've got a base coat that is bonding to that surface, because with foils we have a little bit different application. We got to make sure that our paint, our base, is going to be bonded better than the foils are fused to the carrier. So getting down a primer is more important with working with foils than any other technique. Okay, I'm going to try my best to hold on to this. Pumpkins can be a little tricky. All you have left really is to hold on to the stem. And then I'm going to show you how I started using what are called painter's triangles. I've used them for years in my decorative painting, where we'd use them for our cabinet doors and other projects that we had to keep up off of the table. But I have found that they work great for projects like this. So we're almost done. I'm going to critique one more time, trying to soften out my brush strokes. Oh, good thing I peeked one more time. I had missed, okay? So I'm definitely going to turn this all the way around. Try to make sure that I've got all the black. I'm also going to try to make sure I don't have my handprint anywhere, because I feel like I keep hitting the top of it. Okay, we're looking pretty good here. And as you can see, one coat, we have opacity. So these are the little painter's triangles. You can find them at Home Depot. I'm sure maybe Lowe's, Amazon, almost everybody has these. I just put a few together and set my pumpkin on top. It will keep it off of the table. It will allow it to thoroughly dry. And you might end up with just a really, really tiny little pen mark from the top of the triangle, but that's it. Okay, so we're gonna let this dry, and then we'll be back for some more fun. So our pumpkin is completely dry, and this was done again with our black Bondago. Now I'm going to take our Artsyville foil adhesive, and I'm going to be putting this on every other section, because I'm going to use a couple of different foils on this, and it will be way easier to go ahead and isolate the first sections, okay, so that I can foil all these, and then I can come back and put foil adhesive on the other panels, okay? So I grabbed a nice angled art brush so that I can easily brush the foil adhesive on. You're going to want to make sure you have full coverage on the sections that you want to foil first. And this is just going to give us something just a little bit different, fun. So when I put it on, I don't always worry about maybe how messy it is to begin with, but I always come back and try to smooth out all my brush strokes. Okay, so this middle section here, we're just going to have to kind of create a section. Okay, there's not a distinctive line so much on the bottom. So this will definitely take you a few minutes, okay, to come in. And like you can see, I'm just trying to like smooth out all those brush strokes so you don't see a lot of movement. You're also going to know that your foil adhesive goes on looking milky white, and it will dry completely clear when it's done. Now I've got another little section. This pumpkin is kind of different, so I'm going to go ahead and just incorporate that one into this panel here, okay? So I want to go slow because sometimes my hand and brain don't always work the same. So I'm trying to keep a nice steady hand and get my brush strokes where I want them. So you will just continue to paint each section of the pumpkin that you want your first foil to be on. And then we'll let this completely dry and come back and foil these. Once we have them foiled, we can apply the foil adhesive again to the other sections. Now I like to let my foil adhesive dry longer than shorter, okay, amount of time. So I normally will allow the adhesive to dry for a couple hours, just giving it really good dry time so it can get to a nice firm hard tack. But as it starts to dry, you'll see that it's going to go clear and shiny. But just even though it's going to go clear pretty quickly sometimes, just depending on temperature. And I do have a fan blowing in here, so I'm sure that's helping it dry even faster. But still make sure that even though it's cleared out, that you've given it adequate time to actually dry. Okay, so we're just going to finish this up. Okay, once you have all of the sections that you want to do with the first foil, we're just going to use our little painter's triangles again. Set that down so it won't get stuck to anything. We'll let this dry and we'll be back for some foiling. Okay, our pumpkin is completely dry, as say the foil adhesive is, and you can see those shiny sections are where I put the foil adhesive. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my little painter's triangles, but I don't want to just set the pumpkin down on just regular paper because the bottom of it has adhesive on it and it could get stuck. So I'm putting down a piece of wax paper, which works great because it will sit on there but not get stuck to your surface. So a great little tip and trick there for you. And then I grabbed one of my favorite foils, which is weathered copper, because this pumpkin will be gorgeous all the way through Halloween and into November for the fall. So I wanted to do something, I want to say, a little bit more sophisticated so I could use this one longer. Now I've cut the pieces in strips, thinking this might be easier to be able to put it on one section at a time. And this is going to be bigger than I need, so I'm going to cut this off here. because it's definitely going to get stuck in more places than it needs to right now. And I don't think I got it up as far as I want it to, so we're going to stick another little piece in there. And I'm telling you, sometimes you just got to use your fingernails and everything else you have to get it into some of these weird areas, okay? So I'm going to scrub really well on this one. Okay, my wax paper is sliding on me. So it works in one great respect, and others makes it a little bit trickier because it wants to slide. But let's see how we're doing, okay? That is coming off so beautiful, okay? Let's go ahead and finish out this section. And I like using my toothbrush when I do work on something so small, instead of trying to use the nail brush, because the nail brush just seems to be a little bit too big. But as you can see, when the weathered copper releases, it goes, you can see it's a frosted carrier. So it's kind of easy to tell when this one's transferring super, super well. Okay, if we have any spots where we feel it didn't transfer well, I'm just going to reposition my foil over those areas. Wherever you get sometimes a wrinkle or a crinkle, it might not do as great of a job, but I'm going to use my extra, okay, and just put that back over any section where I didn't get full transfer and try to get a little bit more coverage on those areas. If we have a little bit of black peeking through, we're not going to worry about that. But you can always go back and work on those areas just to try to get a little bit more coverage, okay? So as you can see, working on a pumpkin definitely has its challenges, okay? Anytime you get onto an object that's not flat, you're always going to have a little bit of a challenge, okay? So I'm even just coming back with some extra foil and just using my fingernail and trying to cover some of those areas. Okay, now that I know I don't need it that long, I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut my next couple of pieces so that it doesn't get stuck to the bottom. And then we're going to get all of these sections done. Okay, and then again, you critique, okay? If you want a little bit of the black showing in between where the copper, I'm sorry, the weathered copper is, you can leave it. If you don't want to see that much black, then just go through and add a little bit more foil in those areas. And you can get that to cover beautifully, okay? You can almost get a full coverage with this particular foil. Okay, so some of my edges are not perfect where my foil has gone up onto the next section. So what I can do here, because I think I'm going to leave every other section black and just keep this super sophisticated, I'm going to come back with my black paint and just clean up those lines so they are more perfect. Sometimes the foil will go a little bit further than you had wanted, or it could have been my brushing to begin with. That's not completely perfect, okay? But it's nice that you can clean that up, okay? So let's get that stuck down right. Okay, our last section here. Let's get this all the way on. The other thing you don't need to worry about is don't feel like you've got to match the pattern of the foil up. One thing about weathered copper is it just fills in beautifully with never any issue to the pattern of the foil. So I'm not trying to match up color or design of that section. I'm just going back and doing what I call backfilling and just scrubbing over some of those areas that the black is still showing, and I want a little bit more coverage of the foil color, okay? So weathered copper is also a super easy release. So there's little tiny flakes, okay, that you possibly can see that have just gotten into the black sections. My little tip and trick for that is to grab a wet one. And these work great so that you can just wipe off the pumpkin, okay, on any of those little flakes and just get everything cleaned up. So you'll be able to get all of those off, clean it all up, and then I'm going to come back with my paintbrush and I'm just going to define my lines a little bit better. And then we will clear coat this with either our final coat, or you can use the Modern Masters Master Clear Supreme, and you're done. So isn't that super cute? This is going to be fun and add it to my front porch collection. So I'm probably going to use the Modern Masters Master Clear Supreme because that one is exterior rated. And if I put this outside, we definitely want that extra protection. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this fun pumpkin project. For a full list of all the materials and supplies, check the description below and make sure always hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming tutorials.